Good. Now, let's delve down now to a certain alarming report we got the other day.
Yes.
That there's a report, and probably you can expound on it, that over 60% of the alcohol consumed in the country is actually illicit.
Correct.
Please, maybe you could break down for us this. What do these numbers mean,
Yes.
and how much are we talking about in terms of illicit, especially within the alcohol sector?
Thank you for that. It's something that bothers us. It's something that disturbs us deeply because having a situation where 6 out of 10 bottles are illicit, it's something that concerns not only us because we are industry players, but even for the consumer's health and also the level of revenue that the government is losing. But maybe before I speak to that report, to take us back, as a country, we didn't have much data on illicit, especially illicit alcohol. So the first data that we had as a country is in 2018, World Health Organization published a report where they indicated that 44% of alcohol sold in Kenya is illicit. In the WHO terms, they call it unrecorded, which is basically what you're referring to as illicit.
Right.
Now, during COVID-19, we understood there were so many tax increases in between from 2018. And also the purchasing power of the consumer has always been declining. So post-COVID-19, one of the things that we said as industry players in ABAC, we need to find out our own data, our own Kenyan data. And we worked with the government. And in 2023, we've published a report. In 2023, the report indicated that 59% of alcohol sold in Kenya is illicit. 2023 report relied on the 2022 numbers. It was of concern. And a lot of action has been taken by the government because of that. Now, we also said it's good for us to check where are we as a country. Because the reality is that most people, in terms of disposable income, has reduced. And then also there are also realities that tax has been on the increase. So legitimate alcohol is not affordable. Now, we worked and partnered with a renowned company called Euromonitor. We worked as ABAC members. We worked also with the government. The government agencies have a lot of data. And we did a refresher and we were able to do a report. And the report indicates that actually now 60% of alcohol sold in Kenya is illicit. Wow. A fact that, again, disturbs us. Because, and I would appreciate actually even the government because it could have been worse, but there's some enforcement activities that have taken place that has really, really supported and we worked with the government on that. But again, when you have 6 out of 10 bottles being sold somewhere are illicit, it's something that deeply concerns us because illicit has harmful effect to the consumers. Now, also from a government perspective, the government you might find might spend more on health because they'll try to treat the consumers who have consumed illicit. But even from our research, there's a loss of revenue. For example, if I can tell you the 60% translates to 120 billion Kenya shillings loss of revenue.
Wow.
And it's something that, again, we are telling the government and we are working with the government that the government can collect more, not by increasing taxation on alcohol product, but just recruiting from the illicit space. Now, in terms of value of the illicit space, the value of illicit is about 203 billion Kenya shillings. 203 billion is a lot.
A lot of money.
In terms of even for us as investors, we would want to recruit and get into that space whereby we can recover that market and capture it into the legitimate product. And we will also encourage other people to get into it as ABAC members would want to have more people, but more people who are able to do legitimate product. Because 203 billion value is quite a lot of money. And the government losing 120 billion is also a lot.
And that's just from one sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine the total value, if you are 60% is illicit, you are losing 120 billion. You can imagine what 120 billion have done. How many classes can it build?
Absolutely.
How many, even the police budget is not even about 120 billion. We can fund it from just recruiting from the illicit. And it's an opportunity for us to recruit more from illicit by having good policies, which we advocate and work with the government to ensure that they have good policies and also enforcement.